Hello, Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I am so glad that you are here with me this afternoon. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and make any intentions for your greater healing. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. If you're watching this as a pre-recorded video, hello from the past anyway, go ahead and if you want to skip ahead just to the healing and kind of skip over the hanging out with crystals and building the grid portion, start at about the 1 hour mark or where you see the lights begin to shift. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. Your magic is what helps to keep this space feel so incredibly beautiful. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's also linked in the description. So yeah, let's go ahead, say hi to everyone and start building that grid. Awesome. So here is our palette today. We've got our copper spiral per normal. This helps to break up any blockages, get the flow of energy moving optimally, and it'll be a lovely foundation for what we're going to do. So let's see who all we have here. We've got Chris, Jennifer Vatsa. Good to see you both. Blue Sky, Goddess of Four, Violent Integration. I hope y'all are doing well. For those of you who I believe it's all of you actually, if not all of you, close to all of you, were here, maybe not Goddess of Four, were here last night. My allergies are much better, just in time for some more of the wildfires to head our way, of course. So apologies in advance if I end up hitting the mute button and wiping my face. I apologize. I'm not as made up as normal because not for allergy season. But yeah, we will get things started off with some allergy related crystals and then we're going to get cooking. So let's see what we have. Jennifer, I saw some requests for you. Oh, you slept so well that you just woke up an hour ago. Awesome. Let's do it. Good stuff. Okay. So we're going to start things off with some allergy stones. So Rhodonite is one of my favorites. Not only does it help with allergies, autoimmune, and asthma, all of which are totally up my alley, it's also wonderful for the lungs in general and with healing a broken heart. This helps to heal the cracks of a broken heart so you can open your heart to love again. It's great for unrequited loves, end of relationships, and even grief after the passing of a partner. It's also a stone that can be really, really helpful for insecurities and for anyone who is healing from emotional abuse. It's also great at balancing the yin and yang energies within the body. And then we will place next some green Aventurine. This helps quite a bit with allergies and with eye issues, but it's also a stone of lovingly supporting you to see a greater vision of yourself. A lot of times we still think of ourselves as small, or we evolve and we forget to kind of take a fresh look in the mirror and see who we are now. And so we still see ourselves as like a small self. And this is a stone that reminds you that you can do beautiful things and you can set your goals maybe a little higher than you thought. So that is green Aventurine. Try to get things as even as possible. Awesome. Okay. So let's see what we have for requests and who else has popped in. Catherine, welcome in. Oh, you just took a Claritin and it's helping. Claritin unfortunately doesn't seem to do anything for me. So I'm stuck with like Zyrtec and stuff, which I can only really take before bedtime because I'm so out of it for so long. And I took it last night and still I feel a little bit out of it and the allergies are just coming back. It's super not pleasant for me, but I'm so glad that that works for you. I might even give it another shot. You never know. Sometimes you don't try a medication in a while and suddenly it works. Neti pot has helped me today too, and yesterday. I don't think I would have been able to get through our stream without a neti pot yesterday, but you have to be so careful with that. If you don't have good quality water, or if you have like well water, just buy bottled for that for sure. But it does really help me. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna go. Let me first tackle into Jen's requests. Balance sleep-wake cycles, support for past life regression, and love reconnection. And money is always a bonus, isn't it? And we have some good requests from Chris too. Kunzite, Larimar, Cinnabar. So if you're new here, you can request specific stones or just the kind of the essence of what you want, and I can choose them for you, whatever feels better for you. So we've got Lemurian Quartz, Larimar, Cinnabar, and Kunzite. Okay, let's start with Cinnabar because it is such a cool stone. Still a little out of sorts there. There we go. So Cinnabar is superb for calling customers to a business. Cinnabar are these big red splotches you see here. Cinnabar is mercury ore. Yes, mercury. It is very toxic. Be very careful with this one. Usually if you buy it, you'll actually get a specimen that looks like this. Only the little red dots are actually Cinnabar, but a specimen like this is much safer to hold. So like I said, this has been used for thousands of years and thought to attract customers to a business. It was used for lots of things in human history before we knew it was toxic, including tanning leather, which is where the term mad as a hatter comes from. Yeah, mercury is no joke. We're working with the energetic potential of this stone to help call in customers to Jen's business and to anyone else here who has their own business or own shop. Kunzite is a very high vibrational stone with connection to the angels and the angelic realms. I always feel very connected to the Kuan Yin. It's high level compassion, transformation, expansion of your heart center so that you can hold even more unconditional love. And it helps to remind us that we are all divine manifestations of love. So let's go ahead and place that here. For sleep, we have Labradorite. This is wonderful for sleep and sleep patterns. It's also great for any kind of detailed attention requiring work. If you're doing something that's like very tedious and very detailed, like doing inventory or coding or data management or anything like that, this can be really good at finding all those needle in a haystack type things. Also great for studying. And for clairvoyance, it helps us to connect to our spiritual sight. It's also wonderful for those who work in customer service. It tends to discourage disputes. There we go. Awesome. And Larimar helps with finding our spiritual purpose. And anytime we're really walking the path of our spiritual purpose, it will feel like we are blazing a bold new trail because we are. Nobody else has ever walked that road before. It's very unique to you in this moment. And Larimar reminds you that, yes, you do have this. It will feel like you are a pioneer and you have all of the support of the universe with you as you do that. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. Wonderful for spiritual confidence. And Lemurian Quartz, exceptional for doing any kind of past life healing or healing from early childhood. A lot of times those things are interconnected, whether we recognize and remember our past lives or not. This is specifically Blue Mist Lemurian Quartz. Also great for just releasing any past emotional pain, even if it's not terribly long ago. And for, as we're moving through this healing journey, it helps us to learn about ourselves, which is really empowering. It's a beautiful gift. It gives us that can help us in future healing endeavors for ourselves and others. So let's do here and here. And for Apache Tear, I just have I've heard of Apache Tear as like a separate or different stone, but I've also heard of it as a type of black obsidian, like depending on where it's from. And this would be the latter. This is great for protection, like spiritual protection, which helps you to feel like you can relax, especially while you're working through traumas. This is a stone that is helpful for processing trauma, whether it's acute, just happened, or feels acute, like it just happened, or if it's something older and you're working through processing it. Either way, it's very helpful for that. Hang on one moment. Oh yes, we're quick with the mute buttons today. So yeah, so that is black obsidian. Obsidian is volcanic glass, and this is one that can help with not only things that are traumatic, whether they're very present and real or older, but also can help with parsing through the physical shock that may have come after something too. So we've got that. So I hope that that helps you. Hey, Witchy Homestead, I hope you are doing well. And let's see. Awesome, good stuff. Seeing good requests in here. So let's go ahead over to a few of Chris's requests, and then we'll keep going back to it. We've already got a couple of yours. Let's add some rose quartz, carnelian, and garnet. Okay, and rose quartz. I find rose quartz to be a stone that can be very helpful with letting go of old, painful, stuck emotional things, because it is very consistent and very powerful in its loving energy. It's not quite as like knock your socks off as pink kunzite. It's very different, but it's still very powerful. It's one that can help you to feel that there is a loving energy all around you, and that makes it easier to let go of the energy of emotional pain. If you feel like you're holding on to that emotional pain so you don't, say, end up in another situation like it, rose quartz is one of the crystals that can be very supportive of that journey. Okay. Garnet is very helpful for all of the executive function things in the world. It's great for organization and courage and practicality, using your time wisely, finding the best way to get things done, even if it's not the way you've always done it. It's very pioneering and creative in its finding, like, hey, what's the best way? How can I make this happen? How can I get more done with less? Great stone for that. Also for organization. And especially recently, I've noticed a lot of folks are working through organization. There must be something in the stars. I feel like we're wanting to move the energy around that way. So garnet can help us make the most of that readjusted space, like how to organize it, the best way to organize it, the way to organize it so that it stays organized and it doesn't end up being a mess again in 2 weeks. Carnelian is helpful for everything having to do with the sacral chakra, and that's where we relate to other people and the world around us. Relationships in general. So all relationships, including coworkers, colleagues, especially those. But this is one that often is only thought of for romantic relationships. It's excellent for romantic relationships, but it's good for all relationships. This is one that can call upon your fated love interest, if you will. It can also aid in fertility, in sexual function and dysfunction, and sexuality. It's also wonderful for creativity. So we'll bring this in. It's great for allergies, cold, and wound healing as well. It helps us to figure out the best way to work together. And we'll keep on going, and we'll come back to Chris's request too. Intentions are to stay true to yourself, to know and feel your emotions. Absolutely. I've got a couple of good ones for you. So the first one we're going to go to is Malachite. This is a stone that can be very helpful at processing really emotional stuff, especially really painful stuff, but even the not quite so painful. I look at these beautiful stripes of all these different greens, and I think of that as like moving energy through the heart, so you don't get stuck with that, oh, it hurts and I kind of don't want to touch it again. This is like, oh, this hurts, but it's moving through its cycles. I'm processing it. I'm able to engage with it. Helps with depression, anxiety, arthritis, inflammation. It's thought to support the health of things like the liver, the spleen, the pancreas, and the physical level. But it's great for processing emotions and letting go of the past, letting go of the emotions that are no longer helping to inform our reality. And so we'll bring this in. If you struggle with phobias, that's a really good stone too, is Malachite. And Septarian. This one really helps with understanding our emotions, as well as the root cause of our behaviors, our habits, our thought patterns. It helps with that deep understanding, but it's also very supportive. It works with the solar plexus and the emotional center so that we feel a little bit more empowered. It helps us to see the us in the matter and our individuality, our uniqueness. It's also great for when we're doing that shadow work, we're going to the parts of ourselves that are the most painful and are kind of the deepest wounds. It can help us to be supported in being really vulnerable with that. So also for emotional growth is a good way to kind of summarize this. I would also say really important about this one, great for muscle pains and spasms too. So let's put some here and some here, but that is Septarian, which sometimes goes by the name dragon's egg. So I hope that helps. Also, knowing yourself and that can be Lemurian quartz to a point. But yeah, Septarian seems like the best stone for you. But I'm so glad that you are here. And that's a really beautiful intention. It's not easy to do that work, so all the best to you. Weight loss crystals, joint pain, inflammation, prosperity, and peace. So Malachite, great for inflammation. Let's also do lapis and howlite and leopard skin jasper for the puppy. Prosperity. Let's bring in some citrine. This is a wonderful prosperity stone. Helps to call in all the financial abundance that we need to survive and thrive. Great for financial gain and making the best decisions with the resources we do currently have. Also superb for addictions, compulsions, nausea, and even thought to support fibromyalgia. I often use this for balancing logic and intuition. I tend to be very earthy and forget that, like, oh yeah, Danielle, use that whole other part of you in your business, which involves intuition. I know, but I'm like, I'm a Taurus moon and a Capricorn sun. What do you want? But yeah, this helps me keep within balance. And I deeply appreciate it. There we go. So lots of abundance. Leopard skin jasper, as I mentioned, is great for animals. Whether we're healing our earthly animal companions or whether we're connecting with our animal guides, this is a great stone to work with. This is another stone that can help attract a really good spiritual soulmate kind of relationship, but it's also great for anything that impacts the skin. It's great for support and coordination and balance, and it's thought to help with parasitic type issues, which much more often in society today afflict animals than us. So yeah, so we'll bring this in. There we go. And hold on one moment, everyone. Oh, the allergies. Okay. Also, Howlite for the joints. This is good for bones, joints, teeth, and hair. Howlite. Whether it's pain in the joint or if you need actual healing there, if your bones are struggling to get the density that they need. And of course, I try to mention this during every stream. I see crystals and Reiki as the ultimate complement to everything. Never needs to be a replacement for any other kind of traditional care. So I have osteopenia. My bones tend not to be very dense. And so I work with this. And I also, of course, take my supplements, do my weight-bearing exercises, all those things. Why not do all of them, right? So yeah, Howlite is great for that. And on an emotional level, if you're struggling with anger, frustration, resentment, this can be a stone that can help you to work through that. It takes the sting out of it so that we can start to look at, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Why am I feeling that way? Is there something else I can do to shift the scenario so that I'm not feeling this way? And lapis. Great for pain and inflammation, but also personal integrity, taking responsibility for yourself, honest, open, clear communication, and moving upward in your career, especially if you're looking to get promoted in things. It also aids disorganization and helps inner ear stuff like vertigo and inner ear infections. Let's see. Okay. And I think, oh good, we're all good. I'm so glad to see you, Goddess of Four. Sammy, welcome in. Awesome. Good to see you, Patty. Allison, good to see you too. Okay. Weight loss crystals. Blue apatite. So blue apatite, it sounds funny that blue apatite would be about our relationship with food, but that's a big part of what it covers. So whether you're looking to lose weight or gain weight, this is a really powerful stone to work with. It can help with our relationship with food in general. So even if you're looking to shift how you look at food and how you structure your diet, this can be helpful. It's also great for strengthening your energy field, your auric field, especially helpful for folks who are empathic and pick up energy of others and find that off-putting or imbalancing for them. Also wonderful for bringing about a sense of personal internal peace as well as, and also internal harmony. So we'll go ahead and bring this out. Helps with discovering our soul purpose as well as having the courage to live it too. So that's blue apatite. So all the best for you. And to connect with your truest purpose, blue sky sounds good. So blue apatite can help you with connecting to your truest purpose. I'm also going to bring in chrysocolla because it gives us the encouragement to follow that purpose. It also helps us to make decisions that are in alignment with our greater good. and helps us to connect to new means of creativity. So once you start working with your soul's purpose, this is like, go ahead, you can listen to that. We cheer you on, you can do it. So that's chrysocolla. Of course, the allergies come kicking right in as soon as I'm on camera, right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's see. So I hope that helps. Violet integration, intention of emotional healing, clarity for next steps, and help with grief. Gotcha. Emotional healing, these are two really powerful stones of that, but certainly not the only ones. And help with grief. And clarity. Gotcha. So let's go with this, blue calcite. So blue calcite is one of my like emotional first aid type crystals. This is one that helps you to, it really helps to soothe the pain on a deep level, and it helps you to verbalize things, including sometimes when we have emotions that it feels like words just don't fit it. This can help you to figure out the best way to kind of like move it through your throat chakra. It also helps with bringing a lot of clarity and even big revelations when you're going through some layers of emotional healing. And it helps with decision making, especially when you're not in the best position to make a decision. It can help you to still make a good one. But excellent for emotional healing. And with grief, I feel like I know we used this yesterday, but I want to bring in green onyx again. And rhodonite's already there. So green onyx can help us to move through quite a bit of sadness through our heart center and process it, especially the grief side of sadness. It helps. This is another one that can help empower decisions when we're really not in the best emotional shape to have to do it. But it's great for intense, overwhelming emotions like emotional shutdown. And with moving forward, even though you're in pain, still putting one foot in front of the other and slowly moving forward. So that is green onyx. All onyx is great for grief. This one is more for the emotional side and the sadness part. Then is black onyx. Okay, there we go. And I wish you all the best. I hope that you're hanging in there. Good to see you. Angela, welcome back. I was just thinking Celestite, Goddess of Four. Let's put that in there. So Celestite helps with connecting to our higher wisdom and with our angels, connecting to our angels. This one can also help us discern our logic and our thoughts from what are our fears. They might overlap, but sometimes it can be really helpful to be able to determine where the particular feelings of fear are coming from. It's also helpful for connecting to that spiritual wisdom and guidance, and can even improve our experience of pain. So it kind of works with a different part of our energy body. So that's Celestite. Very much helpful for working with our spirit guides and angels and even our higher self. Selenite reflects nothing but pure white light, and it is a great stone for clearing the energy of a space, including your energy field. If you have a selenite wand like this, so I'm holding it here, and you place it above your crown chakra, you can kind of clear your aura with it. It's lovely. I'm going to go ahead and use a smaller piece so it fits in the grid, but I always have this just off camera. Behind me, there's selenite everywhere. You can place crystals on it for a few hours. It helps to powerfully clear their energy, and you can do that with any stone. This way you don't have to worry about which ones can I put in water, which ones prefer smoke. By the way, don't put selenite in water. It'll melt. But you can definitely use this as a way of clearing other stones. So let's go ahead and place that right here in the middle. Okay, cool. Oh, Chris, you're going up to the mountains. Ooh, that sounds pretty. It's gorgeous up there. Like central northern Pennsylvania into New York. It's just stunningly beautiful. Oh, you're going to meditate. Oh, you're going to catch one of the courses from, on clairvoyance. Oh, that sounds like a beautiful place to do it. Oh, that's beautiful. I hope you have so much fun and enjoy it. And I'm gonna kind of hop around, but I'm gonna get everybody's requests. Again, I've got some major allergies going on, so pardon me looking all squinty and puffy and sneezy. Joanna, great to see you. Patty, brain fog, petrified wood, red tiger's eye, Septarian is there, sunstone, ruby, emerald. Red tiger eye. Awesome. Let's do some petrified wood. So, petrified wood was alive as a tree, and after dying, it went through another process to begin life anew as a stone, which takes a considerable amount of time. And in the case of this one right here at my fingertips, you might see a little sparkle. Those are some new crystal babies starting on it. This is one that can help us through long transformations, especially painful transformations or bittersweet transformations, but help us to kind of go with the flow and see that almost like the death card in tarot, natural endings, things coming to an end and a close to leave room for a new door to open. So petrified wood, also very grounding. I'm going to go ahead and place a piece here and a piece here. Red tiger eye is highly protective, and I think I saw someone asking about protection. Was it? Yeah, there it is. Purging artificial and negative energies. Gotcha. Well, red tiger eye is a little bit different, but it can definitely help. This is one that is a powerful protector against like people acting in a malevolent kind of way, whether spiritually with energy work or with any kind of spiritual work, or on the mundane level with like bullying, triangulating, gaslighting. So whether it's psychic attack or passive aggression, this is a stone for you. But it also helps with manifesting finances in a hurry. So it's a quick money manifestor stone. And of course, it's beautiful. Red tiger eye is just a super pretty stone. And quite grounding. Ruby helps with the courage to be yourself and supports aspects of leadership and management so that we can lead the way in the best way that we know how to. It's also great for love and fertility. And that is ruby. I love using these with garnet. And there's already garnet on this beautiful grid. There we go. Emerald helps with reigniting our soul's passions. Also helping with healing the skin and with upper respiratory health. So bronchitis, the lungs, upper respiratory, everything. So like I'll take all the love in that regard. And I think a lot of us will actually. Also helps with restoring confidence about one's appearance too. So let us bring some emerald in. And you mentioned Sunstone, I believe. So Sunstone picks up where Aventurine leaves off as far as expanding our vision of our potential. This is one that helps you to really expand your goals and what you feel like is within the realm of possibility for you. Very much works with the soul star chakra in that regard. But it's great for fame, recognition, luck, if you want to be noticed in your company so that you can move up. This is a great one. If you want to take your small business and you need a little help marketing it or getting in front of people, this can help. But it's also great for phobias, much like Malachite is, and for luck in general, and just setting a high goal for what we want to work towards in our lives. So that is Sunstone. Very much a stone that puts you front and center. And intentions for healing generational and familial curses, clearing financial blockages, and learning to manage and save money. Awesome. So for financial blockages and learning to manage and save money, Citrine. Definitely Citrine. And I'm also going to add Iolite. Iolite also helps with money management, making good financial decisions. This is also one that can help with weight loss, which I know was a request earlier. It can help with fever and any kind of clairvoyance, like if you're looking to connect with your spiritual sight. If you're someone that, dreams, or you have visionary meditations, or you do any kind of shamanic or psychopomp work, this can be a helpful stone. Also helps with sleep disturbances, especially if they're based in being super energy ungrounded. So that's Iolite. Generational and familial curses. Let's do red tiger eye, very helpful. Black onyx is one. Kambaba Stone is another. So black onyx helps with grounding a lot of fear, but it's also got a strong connection to our ancestors. So if you're doing any kind of energy work, it's highly protective. Any kind of ancestral line work, wonderful for it. It also helps with self-esteem and releasing self-doubt, and it's exceptional for any kind of grief as well. So we'll bring this in. Any kind of spiritual work where you feel like you could use protection, black onyx is a really good one, but especially if it has to do with family stuff. And Kambaba is very connected to ancestral everything. So Kambaba Stone, actually, it's called a jasper, but it's not really a jasper. This is actually fossilized blue-green algae. Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? This is superb for ancestor connection. It's great for the growth of plants and crops and good yields. It helps with learning languages and being connected to places around the world that are connected to your ancestral lineage, as well as helping to resolve environmental issues. So very much ancestors, plants, the earth, ecology, all of that good stuff. And it definitely helps with meditation and any kind of psychopomp work you might be doing. So this can be very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and take this small one here, place it there, and take these larger pieces. And you won't quite be able to see them on camera, but they are here. So there we go. Awesome. So Kambaba Stone. Double nose ring and a septum piercing and allergies is so much fun. But it's good to see you, Allison. Okay. Oh, Joanna, you're resonating with the emerald. That's awesome. And Goddess of Four asked for plants and flower crystals. Definitely the Kambaba Stone. I have some huge pieces in my living room near my house plants, especially the house plants that are grown like with the help of lamps. And I'm like, that's not the most natural. They could use all the support they can get. You're taking Eva with you as the place is dog friendly. And Eva is one of her doggy boyfriends up there. Oh, that's so cute. I'm excited for you on that trip. Let's see. Emotional healing energy. I feel like it's definitely the vibe of the day, and it's definitely very timely because we are in Cancer season. So we've got a lot of good ones for that. And we'll also do, let's see, some mental energy. Let's bring in the Bumblebee Jasper. This is great for energy in general, but especially mental energy, mental focus, and clarity. It also helps with balancing yin and yang energies within the body, just like Rhodonite does. It also helps with empowering manifestation and confidence. Sorry about that. Also helps with decision making and collaborative or group work. It brings a lot of, hey, get up and go. Like, let's get excited about this task, dive in and knock it out of the park. Really a lot of confidence, a lot of motivation, a lot of clarity. So we'll bring that in too. And we have pretty much like a good full bunch of emotional healing stones. But I'm also going to bring in Bloodstone. This is another one of my emotional stuff hits the fan type stones. It can really help lift despair and relieve self-doubt. And for emotional pain that feels like it goes right down to just shaking your foundation, Bloodstone can be so helpful for it. This also goes by the name heliotrope. So if you're looking for it, you may find it under either name. Heliotrope's especially more popular outside the US, particularly in the UK. Books written by folks from the UK are more likely to refer to it as heliotrope, I found. It also helps to aid the mind while you're meditating. It can really help to bring calm to your mind. And it's great for like emotional stamina and perseverance if you're going through a long period of emotional healing. So we'll bring this in. Cancer season, we will bring in all the dang heart stones because we can all use them. And if you are having extra emotions like being up to here, you are not alone. You're not doing anything wrong. Don't gaslight yourself. It's okay. It's just this time of the year we tend to get into like this a bit of an emotional chaos at this time of the year. It's totally okay. And let's see. And I love that. I'll have some of what they're having. Happy to see you. Let's see. Insight to a prophecy stone. Wanting to request a stone for purging artificial or negative energies. We talked about that. Let's see about prophecy. There's a couple of good ones. We have a lot of good, like, intuitive clarity ones. The first one that comes to mind is Prenite, so I'm going to start there. Prenite is superb for learning or teaching any kind of spiritual art or intuitive art, anything like that. Whether you're the teacher or the student, it helps hold a really sacred environment of exchange of that information. I have tons of it. I have a huge piece behind me for when I'm teaching here and when I'm teaching my online Reiki classes. This is great for also, it helps with your mind racing, can help to stop a racing mind while you're meditating. So very supportive of Bloodstone in that regard. But it also aids things like lucid dreaming and prophecy, divination, anything that involves gaining insight about future events. I do know several astrologers too who often find that this is a helpful stone for them, even though what they're looking at is very chart-based. They find that it still helps them with finding that prophecy in that way. It's also thought to be helpful for the kidneys and the bladder too, which is a good thing to keep in mind because that's been a pretty common request lately. So that is Prenite. And for purging artificial and negative energies, let me see. The first one that comes to mind is green kyanite. And not because it's so much like a purging kind of stone, but more that it really heavily supports your connection to your intuition and to spirituality and nature at the same time. It's also about connecting your intuition and your spiritual work to your mundane everyday life. So this can be really empowering for that too. But this is wisdom through intuition, plants, nature, spirits. So I feel like this could really help if you're looking to get away from artificial man-made stuff and go more into the natural realm and still be balanced spiritually. I feel like this holds a good space. It's also great for the throat, lungs, chest, heart, and asthma, which it sounds like a lot of us are dealing with right now. But yeah, great for balancing our spiritual pursuits with our like mundane experience and workaday types of things. Let's see. So green kyanite. So I hope that helps. Green kyanite, if you're looking to purchase green kyanite, I found it kind of hard to find unless it's like a smaller pieces that are like drilled for like beading or jewelry making. They look kind of almost exactly like the ones I have. I've had a lot of trouble finding larger pieces, so just kind of know that. Awesome. So let's see what else we have. Pyrite and citrine. Gotcha. Well, we've got citrine. Let's put in some pyrite. So for Catherine, we've got this. This is great for the lungs and fever, as well as the brain and memory. Pyrite is fool's gold. And it's thought that fool's gold kind of calls in the real gold. So it's great for manifesting financial abundance, which I know we can all use. It's also helpful for the body getting the most out of a Reiki session, and for being protective while you do divination or intuitive work. So if you're opening up to intuition and you're having trouble with that mixed message of, yes, I want to hear, but I want to be specific about what I hear and what I don't, and what I want to connect with and what I don't. Sort of like exploration and protection at the same time. This is a superb stone to work with for that. So if you know someone that's new to working with their intuition, pyrite is a great gift. A very easy stone to work with. So let me know if there's anything else there too. And yeah, pyrite definitely helps the lungs. Let's go to a couple more of Chris's requests. Herkimer and sapphire. And Moonstone. Moonstone helps us to connect with the moon, of course, but also with all of the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature. Moonstone can look a lot of different ways. So this is one that, much like the moon controls the tides, this will help you connect with divine timing, especially when divine timing and our sense of preferred timing maybe are not the same. When are they ever? This can help us to accept that and trust it. It also helps with connection to the divine feminine and women's health and old spiritual practices. Great for intuition and releasing patterns. Also wonderful for attracting love, attracting romance. So yeah, so we will bring in some Moonstone. Okay, so let's see. Let's put some celestite under or on top of our Moonstone. They feel like they go together so well. Okay, there we go. And Herkimer diamond helps with our connection to spirit and our intuition. It also helps to balance energy that's just not harmonious, and that can be great for a workspace, a neighborhood, if you're having family over or people together and that maybe just don't jive. Maybe hide some of this either in your pocket or around the space. It helps with metabolism and also with being in the present moment. If we're going to manifest, I would say a really powerful way to do that is to be grounded in the present rather than just constantly wishing about the future and what we want there. It can be very balancing and grounding in that. And it's having kind of a moment right now. And Herkimer diamond is not in the diamond realm at all. It's actually a form of double terminated quartz that formed just like you see in Herkimer, New York. Sapphire is very helpful for connecting to the angels and for mediumship. Anytime that we are channeling information from spirit, this can be really, really helpful. It can also help with if you do mediumship for other people, with finding the best words to help explain your experience so that it can be meaningful to your querent. It's also great for dementia, the individual with it, as well as their support, the thyroid, eyes, ears, as well as speedy justice. So that is sapphire. Go. Friendship, getting rid of old energy blocks for new friendship and career crystals. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, Chris does always pick really good stones. Hey, Kanta, good to see you. And honey calcite. Let's do honey calcite. And then we'll look at sorry about that. A neighbor was playing some copyrighted music. That'll get our stream shut down in a moment. Okay, so I see Kanta's request for maintaining hydration, especially in the skin, scalp. We have leopard skin jasper is excellent for everything with the skin, including that, and that's in there. But I also wanted to bring in aquamarine. This is helpful for all the fluids in the body. Also for your teeth and gums. On an emotional level, for forgiveness and for deflecting pettiness. We often joke that this is the anti-Karen stone, and it also helps along with what we used sapphire for with bringing about justice, setting an intention for that. So we'll bring that in. So let's see. So we'll put one piece here and here. Honey calcite is helpful for bringing in optimism and attracting people that resonate with us as we are here and now. So this can definitely help with bringing in new friends, colleagues, neighbors, all the people really, especially if you've had that kind of evolution. This is a stone that really connects with the solar plexus chakra as well as the sacral. The sacral is where we relate to others, the world around us, and the solar plexus is our center of self. So if you're looking to have good relationships with good boundaries that harmonize with the best of both of those areas, honey calcite is absolutely it. It's also a very positive stone, a very optimistic stone, and just lovely to work with. Also for attracting friends and all that good stuff is peridot. Peridot helps with breaking bad habits, bad cycles, limiting beliefs. It can help break that up. But when it comes to friendships, this helps us to bolster and support the friendships that help us be the best version of ourselves. So the friendships that are in particular alignment with us and our future goals. This is also a stone that's helpful for prosperity, depression, fidelity, helps to relieve anger and jealousy, and also great for anything with digestion, particularly if you have like acid reflux. This is thought to be very helpful. So peridot. There we go. So I hope that helps. And career crystals, definitely sunstone as well as lapis, which we have in there. Yeah, fluid retention, definitely. Oh, I'm so glad, Patty, that you like the Garnet Ruby combo. I do too. They just feel like such a good blend. Clutter clearing crystals, lapis for sure, as well as garnet. And both of them are in there. I love those for cleaning out. It seems like a lot of us are doing that right now, actually. Okay, I think I got everyone's request. If I missed anything, let me know. Sammy, sinus headache, psoriasis in ear and ear infection pain and jaw pain and puppy ear infection, skin infection. Gotcha. So the leopard skin jasper, which is around here, that's excellent for anything involving skin and anything involving animals. Also anything that is like a parasitic, which doesn't sound like you have any of that. Psoriasis. That can be autoimmune, which is rhodonite. I struggle with all kinds of autoimmune stuff too. Sinus headache, definitely green kyanite and absolutely emerald. And let's also do for general health and well-being and infections and stuff some moss agate. Here you go. This can be very balancing for all of the body types. This is a stone that's really seen through the lens of Chinese medicine quite well. It's thought to target anything that they would say has wind in the body. Has wind meaning it's spreading through quickly, like invaders like bacteria and viruses and fungal infections and things like that. Also, on a spiritual note, it's great for connection with nature, unlocking fear of the unknown and working through it, as well as any like deep, like shadow type work, whether it's inner child or higher self related, helping to connect with spirit and the knowledge of our own interconnectedness of all things. Moss agate's really helpful for it. So we'll put that in there. Aquamarine helps for water retention, and another one that helps even more, or I don't know if it helps more, helps in a different way, but definitely still supports it, is unakite. This is thought to support cardiac function and circulation, so moving the fluids through the body. So there we go. It's also wonderful for anything impacting women's health, especially if that's hormone related, like the natural hormone shifts through life, especially things like fertility, prenatal, postpartum, that kind of stuff, but also onset of menses and perimenopause, menopause, that whole journey too. This helps with metabolism, and it's also excellent for helping to quit smoking. Also other substances as well, but particularly with quitting smoking, this can be a really helpful stone. But it's great for someone who's going to have a baby, for someone who is trying to get pregnant, for somebody who's quitting smoking, and if you're having trouble regulating the fluids in the body. So aquamarine and unakite are usually my go-tos. Yeah, and Patty's absolutely right. The aquamarine can be great for like bringing in justice. Yeah, and it looks like okay, so I'm gonna pick one more. Oh, and I see a little Hattie cat. Hi. Hi. Okay, so So I don't see anybody. Let's see. Awesome. Yeah, I think we are good. I'm going to just balance out these lovely aquamarine with 2 more moonstones. So that feels like the right one to go with. The moon does control the tides, and that's a lot with water, so... Okay, hang on one sec, everyone. Thank you all so much for your patience. So, yes, you did ask for Septarian, and I put Septarian in. We've got some Septarian here, and we've got some Septarian here. So we've got Septarian. Yeah, it's very much emotional healing today. You all are very much on time for Cancer season. You're feeling the absolute vibes of the universe, and I'm here to help support you too. So I'm going to go ahead and removing curses and forgiving self-healing. Gotcha. Oh, Sam, actually somebody else had those similar requests too. So removing curses and old generational stuff too. We've got red tiger eye and we've got black onyx, both of which are really helpful for that. So those are in there. Old patterns, we have peridot, which is very helpful for that too. And do you want to come up? Or are you just making noises? Okay. Oh, it's okay. Brain fog and being forgetful. Totally fine. Let's see. And we have some leopard skin jasper in there too. Do you want to come up? You don't know? You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah, you want to come up? There we go. Hey everybody, it's Hattie. And a good girl. Who's a good girl? Hattie baby. Yes. Oh. Awesome. So, I think we are super great. Let's go ahead and I'm going to ask you all to help lift the energy of all of our spaces, including your own, by heading into the chat and just entering anything and everything that you are grateful for. And while you do that, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I'd super appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and describe what Reiki is, how it works, and help anyone who's new kind of understand that a little bit better. And then we're going to drop into the healing. So here we go. So thanks again so much for being here, despite my very allergy-having head. I'm so glad to have you all here today. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching that video and you're watching this part too, I'll absolutely explain all of what to expect here. So if you want to know more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, my one-on-one healing sessions and tarot readings, or if you want to shop my crystals, go ahead and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com, and you can see that linked in the description. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki's become kind of a catch-all term for energy healing, but more specifically, the style I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and it's named after this tradition's founder, Mikao Usui, and he created this system in the early 1920s in Japan, when teaching anything that even looked like religion was super not okay. So this particular method is deeply, deeply spiritual, but also very secular. So the understanding of just what energy is at the foundational level in Usui's method is very much how it's understood throughout Japan. And for that, we can look to Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan. The understanding there is that everyone and everything has a soul, and that all of those souls are interconnected and inextricably linked. And that spirit, however you might define it, provides this life-sustaining, this animating energy force that allows us to be exactly what we are, and that it is available through that interconnectedness. The concept is that this energy is flowing through us and to us all the time, whether we're aware of it or whether we're not. Our body, mind, and spirit are consistently working with this energy to help bring about the greatest balance and healing for us in one moment to the next. So during this particular energy healing session, what I'll be doing is connecting to that flow of Reiki energy, which translates to spiritually guided soul energy, and essentially direct more of it to you, wherever you happen to be and whenever you happen to be, which we'll get to in a moment. As that energy flows, you may feel some sensations in your physical body. Emotions may rise up or be released. On the mental level, you may have an opportunity to think some things through or even hear your subconscious. And on a spiritual level, you may get some intuition or deep clarity that's meaningful to you. You may also have a really great nap, which is kind of amazing. But feel free to just go ahead and get comfortable. Any position you find comfortable, sitting up, laying down, sounds great to me. And as far as what you need to do during the session, not a darn thing. Not a darn thing. Whatever feels right to you. Feel free to drop on the floor, give a couple stretches if you want to, or journal, or simply just relax and be. Whatever feels right to you. You don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to try to clear your mind. You can just be exactly as you are, exactly how you are today. If it does feel like your mind is racing, or if you kind of get distracted, just take a deep breath in and out, and it'll bring you right back into the session. As I send, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next, but at no point will they flash or strobe. And I will turn the music up. If you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, she is linked at the bottom of the description so that you can go ahead and check her out anytime. If you are enjoying this in the future, know that Reiki energy, just as it doesn't matter where you are in relation to me, it doesn't matter when you are, because we're all interconnected. So if you're here now watching live and you happen to find that one day you feel like you could use some Reiki and I'm not live, you can go ahead and check out our past healing live streams. There's over 300 videos for you to choose from and enjoy. Just pick one from the intentions in the title or the picture of the grid in the thumbnail, and it'll be the perfect one for you. Other than that, as you're enjoying your session, I will be sending for 25 minutes. At the end, you'll hear my voice come in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out. And at that time, I'll reopen the chat so you can ask any questions or share any experiences that you feel motivated to share. And I am here 5 times a week, live streaming for you, building a grid. Feel free to join me anytime. All the days and times that I stream are listed in the description, but you can also subscribe with your notifications on so you don't miss an opportunity. And with all that, let's head on over to the crystal grid. And thank you all so much for sharing all of your good intentions. That's actually a huge part of this. It's the more people come together with the same or similar intention, like healing, the greater the potential is magnified. So thank you for being a big part of this. And it's wonderful to share this with you. So let's go ahead back over and take a peek at all of your beautiful well wishes and the grid. Ta-da! Ooh, pretty. I'm really feeling the Prenite. And I'm grateful for all of you for being here. So I also now have a sleeping, purring kitty in my lap. She must have wanted some Reiki as well. So all of you go ahead, feel free to move around, get up, get a glass of water. You don't have to stay still during this session. You can get up, you can come back to it. And like I said, if you feel like you need a little bit of effort to get back into the flow of things, just take a deep breath in and out at any point in time, and it'll help you sink deeper in. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure always to share this healing with all of you. Enjoy your session, and I'll see you in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the room that you're in. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. I hope everyone has a beautiful Wednesday evening. Hattie's got some beautiful purrs for all of you. Yeah, don't go, baby. Yeah. If you have any questions or anything to share, oop, kitty photobomb. Say hi. You're like, nope. She got camera shy. Thank you everyone so much for being here. I feel better and I hope you do too. Wherever you are in the world, remember to take care of yourself. And as always, an honor and a privilege. Definitely hit that like button on the way out. And I will return on Friday, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. East Coast US time with all of the healing for all of you. The tarot for all 12 signs for July are up now. If you haven't already, check them out. So definitely enjoy them. Yeah, Hattie blesses us, everyone. Aw, it's so good to see you, Joanna. Much love to you too. So everybody have a wonderful evening. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you again. Take care and bye for now.